You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
The mastermind behind all modern RPGs, the cozy, chilling fantasy world everyone still escapes to, and the most awaited game in the world might already be cooked. Yeah, it's been a decade and a half since Skyrim released, and it still refuses to die for many reasons. Just imagine this. The game still has massive community with new mods dropping every single day, and countless people still playing it right now, because they haven't found true alternative. Only a couple of games ever came close. But now, the future of this legendary series might already be in danger. Why? Because recently Bethesda just hired this guy. For those who don't know, this man was one of the people behind the downfall of Dragon Age, a franchise that once won Game of the Year.
Game of the Year winner here for the Game Award. The winner is Dragon Age Inquisition.
John Dombrow, the writer of Dragon Age, Veilguard, a game hyped as the grand return of the franchise after a long absence, promised to shatter records, but instead, it dragged the entire studio into a crisis. It cost them millions of dollars in losses, and one of the main reasons was the ridiculous writing that nobody cared about.
So, I'm non-binary.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Soon, the game went from being called a masterpiece to becoming a meme on Reddit and every social media platform. And now, Bethesda has handed the same man the keys to Elder Scrolls, which is not good at all. But we can't ignore that this guy did contribute to major titles like Mass Effect and BioShock. But recently, this guy is being weird. After Veilguard flopped and BioWare's big restructuring and layoffs, Dombrow moved to Sucker Punch, joining the Ghost of Fury writing team alongside other former Veilguard members, and we're already seeing signs of shift in that franchise compared to Ghost of Tsushima. So the question is, regardless of all the outrage from players, why do companies keep adding this stuff to video games? Is it just for easy ESG points? Well, for those who don't know, ESG is basically a system investors use to rate companies on things like claimed politics, diversity, and inclusivity. On paper, it makes a studio looks good. So when a developer pushes a certain themes, which we all know what I mean, it boosts their ESG scores, and the higher the score, the more attractive they look to big investors, and big investors mean a lot of cash. Now a lot of people from the LGBT community have joined game development with the genuine skills, but instead of using those skills to create words that help us heal, to forget, even for just few hours, the weight of real life, they inject politics directly into the experience. And that's the problem. Players don't come to games for lectures. We come for stories, challenge, and relaxation. Things like sexuality or identity are personal. They belong to the individual. We don't need games to teach us about this. We just want great experience.
What does that mean? It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
But we still haven't answered the real question. If it's not just about ESG points, then why do studios keep pushing this stuff? Well, here is the truth. The LGBT community is still fighting for recognition in society, and one of the easiest ways to push that message is through media, including video games, because many companies now use games as a vehicle for identity politics. Because for them, it's not just about this generation. It's about shaping the mindset of the next one. That's why we keep seeing these themes not as optional background, but front and center, because it's about messaging just as much as it's about gameplay. Now many years have passed, and we've seen plenty of games succeed regardless of any agenda, like Life is Strange. The first game hits hard. Even the DLC Before the Storm was super chill because it focused on strong character building, high school drama, and unique twist of magic. Even though it was basically an interactive game with no much traditional gameplay, it still pulled people in with its story. But over time, the franchise lost its way. Instead of telling powerful stories, it started leaning too heavily on woke messaging, all while serving up a weak, half-baked gameplay. The results: fans checked out, sales tanked, and the studio behind it, Deck 9, get gutted with layoffs, and it's now barely holding on. But I don't mind when so-called woke content is optional. Take Assassin's Creed Shadows for example. People complained about this one mission, but it was completely optional.
Do you think someone might see us?
You could ignore it and still finish the game however you wanted. Even if you choose to interact with the character, you still had the freedom to make your own choices and finish the quest your way. That's the kind of freedom I want in games. Now compare that to Last of Us Part 2 when it released. Everything felt forced because I was ready for stories about Ellie and Joel relationship, that powerful bond between a father and daughter. But instead, Joel was suddenly pulled out of the picture and the focus shifted to woke messaging. That's what pissed people off, and all the great content and revolutionary mechanics got overshadowed and the game faced massive backlash from players.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Sometimes studios just don't have strong content to carry a story. Instead of being creative and making a great game, they lean on woke elements to create controversy and hype for grabbing attention. It's almost guaranteed way to boost sales, because if their game flops, at least they can guarantee the LGBT community will support it. And if it fails, they can accuse critics for being homophobic. Often, the LGBT community isn't even directly involved. Their identity is just being used as a safety net for sales, rather than genuinely shaping the story. And that's the bigger issue. When studios lean on these tactics instead of real substance, ideology takes the front seat over gameplay and story. And we've all seen how badly that can go, whether it's Veilguard, Last of Us, or the direction some new projects are taking. The lesson is clear. Give us freedom, give us a story,
Give us a credit.
give us a world we can lose ourselves in. Don't force anything. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like and subscribe, and feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. I will see you in the next one. Peace.